Well, good morning. You're watching Today in Parliament with me, Ashwarya Kapoor. These are the headlines. Rajya Sabha expected to take up discussion on motion of thanks to the President's address today. Motion to be moved by BJP leader Bhupendra Yadav. Vijay Goel to second the motion. Home Minister Rajnath Singh to introduce the Constitution 125th Amendment Bill 2019 in the Rajya Sabha today. Amendment to increase powers of autonomous councils in the 6th schedule areas of the Northeast. And BJD MP Lado Kishore Savai passes away at 71. Savai was MP from Aska Lok Sabha constituency in Odisha. BJP leader Bhupendra Yadav will move a motion of thanks on the President's address in the Rajya Sabha today. Motion of thanks follows the address of the President to the joint sitting of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha at the commencement of the first session of every year. The motion will be seconded by Vijay Goel in the Rajya Sabha. Motion of thanks was not taken up yesterday and on Monday due to disruptions in Parliament led by Trinamool leaders. Meanwhile, discussion on the motion of thanks will continue in the Lok Sabha today. The House began the discussion on motion of thanks on President's address on Tuesday. BJP MP Hukumdev Narayan Yadav initiated the discussion amid disruptions by the TMC members. Both Congress and the TMC wanted the motion of thanks to be discussed on Wednesday. And Home Minister Rajnath Singh will introduce the Constitution 125th Amendment Bill 2019 in the Rajya Sabha today. Union Cabinet recently approved a constitutional amendment to increase the powers of the autonomous councils in the 6th scheduled areas of the Northeast. The amendment also provides for the transfer of additional 30 subjects, including departments of public works, forests, public health, engineering, health and family welfare, urban development and food and civil supply, to Karbi Anglong Autonomous Territorial Council as well as Dima Hasao Autonomous Territorial Council in Assam. And Biju Janata Dal MP from Aska Lok Sabha constituency in Odisha, Lado Kishore Savai, passed away late Tuesday night at the age of 71. He was admitted to the Apollo Hospital in Bhubaneswar yesterday due to kidney ailments. Savai was a member of the Odisha Legislative Assembly from the year 2004 to 2009. He was elected to the 16th Lok Sabha in May 2014. All right, we have with us our colleague Kriti Mishra joining us live from Parliament. Kriti, yesterday we saw that the Rajya Sabha really could not take up the discussion on the motion of thanks to the President's address, though Lok Sabha did, start discussing the motion of thanks on the President's address. But at the same time, today, we are getting the news of BJD MP Lado Kishore Savai passing away. And under these circumstances, what are the expectations of what can happen in the Parliament today?
Well, Ashwarya, as far as the upper house is concerned, we've seen repeated disruptions over the West Bengal issue over the last 2 days. Now, after the Supreme Court passed the order yesterday saying that the Kolkata Police Commissioner will not be arrested, but he'll have to cooperate in the investigation into the Ponzi schemes, the government has urged the TMC-led opposition to allow the House to function and has said that it is futile after the Supreme Court has passed an order. Yes. In fact, you may recall that Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu also said yesterday that he will allow all issues to be raised in the House under relevant rules. He also said that members can raise the issues pertaining to their states and larger issues during the discussion on motion of thanks on President's address. He even agreed to allow the members to take up a motion of thanks immediately, but there were repeated disruptions. So it remains to be seen how the TMC strategizes on the floor of the House today, because the TMC is claiming that it has been an attack on the federal structure of the government and that the centre is misusing the investigative agencies. As far as the other parties are concerned, now today in the Parliament House complex, the members of the SP, BSP and also RJD and Left have protested against the roster system of teachers in colleges and universities, claiming that it will further marginalize the weaker sections of the society. They are likely to raise this issue on the floor of the House also. So it remains to be seen whether deadlock is resolved or these issues come up and the proceedings get disrupted yet again. But remember, Aishwarya, this is a short session and there are important bills and also discussion on motion of thanks on President's address and also discussion on the interim budget. Well, as far as the Lok Sabha is concerned, the sitting MP has died, and there has been a convention when the sitting MP dies, the House pays homage and tribute and gets adjourned for the day. So it remains to be seen how the day progresses ahead. Aishwarya?
Absolutely, Kriti. And as you were also mentioning earlier, that there's ongoing protests in the House as well as outside the House, as you mentioned right now. But, these have reduced the chances of passage of key bills in the remaining period of the ongoing session. In fact, we were, looking at some reports that were saying that, the government really now has 2 days actually to pass crucial bills, which is the last session before the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. So how does really this budget session look like as far as the legislative agenda is concerned?
Well, before the commencement of the session, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu prodded all sides to sit together and decide on the bills and to build consensus on the bills. Now, all the sides have agreed to pass 6 bills, and the government is also looking to secure passage of 4 important bills. The government has tried to speak to all sides, and also the opposition parties have agreed for 6 bills. But remember, Aishwarya, there are disruptions and there has to be discussion on motion of thanks and also interim budget. But this is a short session, and the session will last only till 13th of February. But speaking to Rajya Sabha Television, MOS Parliamentary Affairs Vijay Goyal had said that if there's unfinished agenda of the House, the government may extend the session to take up important bills and to transact business. Well, yesterday, Chairman also apprised the members about the bills and the decisions taken in the Business Advisory Committee, and he also said that the House and the members may sit beyond 6 p.m. to transact business.
All right, Kriti, thank you for all those updates there from Parliament. And the following ministers are going to lay papers on the table in the upper house today. Dharmendra Pradhan for the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Hansraj Gangaram Ahir for the Ministry of Home Affairs. Kiran Rijiju for the Ministry of Home Affairs as well. Jayant Sinha for the Ministry of Civil Aviation. Ajay Tamta for the Ministry of Textiles. C.R. Chaudhary for the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Also in the upper house, Ram Kumar Verma and Shamsher Singh Dullo are going to lay on the table a copy of the study visit of the Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes to Ranchi, Hyderabad, Pune and Mumbai during September to October 2018. And Shamsher Singh Dullo and Ram Kumar Verma will lay on the table a copy of also their final action taken statement of the government on the recommendations contained in Chapter 1 of the report 16 Lok Sabha of the Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes pertaining to the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas on action taken by the government on the 10th report on the status of implementation of reservation policy in those companies that have 50% government and 50% private equity. And MOS Kiran Rijiju will make a statement regarding the status of implementation of recommendations contained in Parliamentary Standing Committee report on disaster management in the country. And Motilal Vora and Satish Chandra Mishra will lay on the table a copy of the following reports of the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Railways. 24th report on action taken by the government on the recommendations or observations contained in their 18th report on tourism promotion and pilgrimage circuit. 25th report on the action taken by the government on the recommendations contained in the 21st report on new railway catering policy 2017. And that's it in this edition of Today in Parliament. Do stay tuned. The proceedings of the upper house are going to commence in a short while from now, right at 11 a.m. Thanks for watching.